This activity that I'm going to get you to do, for some of you, will be a walk in the park. You'll hardly even have to do it. But for others of you, you're really going to have to rethink what you've done in the previous sections. So we're back to goals. I'm always going to come back to goals. Goals are absolutely central. I've said that before and I'll say it again. So what I want you to do, and I'm not going to spend ages explaining it to you, is I want you to take some time right now as a group to have a look at your goals and to determine what needs to change in order to make this a proper project. So what you've just done is set goals for your prototype, and hopefully you've tested your prototype, you've got some feedback and maybe even adjusted what you're aiming for. But now you're thinking, okay, the prototype worked really well. How can we make this a permanent fixture? Maybe you were thinking, will a family festival work? So you ran a 1-hour festival on a Saturday to check whether it'll work. You learn a bunch of stuff, and now you're going, yep, we want to run a family festival, and we want to run it at the end of the year. And so I want you to revisit your goals and determine whether they're appropriate for this next component of the work that you're doing. We're talking a long-term, much bigger project, so you need to make sure those goals are spot on. Now, just because something is long-term, as in you might be saying we're going to run a once-a-month men's meeting, doesn't mean that those goals shouldn't be timely and specific. Okay, so make sure you follow that SMART process again, and if you need to revisit that video about the SMART approach, asking those questions, or have a look back in the workbook, do that. So before you take any further, I want you to revisit those goals and make sure that the goals are appropriate for the next project that you're engaging with. That's really, really important before you start planning, because everything you plan needs to be stepping you towards achieving those goals. Absolutely central. So stop this right now, go and get stuck into your goals, make sure that they're appropriate for the next phase of work that you're doing.